Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I'll say shalom to the whole elect here in this word, in truth and sincerity. So this is going to be a quick lesson through the span part of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, on something that I noticed that the Lord is doing, and that's pretty much exposing these phonies, in the land of Israel, that call themselves, the JEWOs, and through all this happening right now, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is showing that these are not his people. Because if you read the scriptures, you understand the scriptures, you'll see that the scriptures don't talk about, first and foremost, Israelites going back home before the return of the Messiah. The Messiah, whose name is Yahushai, would be the one to take his people back to the Holy Land, not through some declaration, the Balfour Declaration. Nonetheless, as you can see, all this aid coming to these people, the world is throwing their condolences to these people. That's not biblical, because according to the scriptures, and I'm gonna get the scriptures to back it up what I'm saying. According to the scriptures, these nations, all right, the world wouldn't even care about what Jake is going through, so you got Babylon the Great, which backs Israel up, Babylon the Great, which is aiding Israel in what they're going through, but this is, and of course, this is the curses upon us, right? You got Jake, who's been here for a minute, and they're still looked over, but you know what? These things happening right now proves and shows that we are the Israelites. This is the title. It says, Biden administration announces visa-free travel for Israelis. You see, and these are the most privileged people on the planet, man. Visa-free travel. Let Jake from that same landmass, should I say, say I want to come here on visa-free. They're gonna be denied, man. And that shows you who the curses are really upon. All right, Esau doesn't give a damn about Jake, but because this is his people, them Amalekites, they're giving them a free pass to come into the United States. I mean, America's finished anyway. It is what it is within America. We can see that this place is getting ready to see, hell real soon. But the point being for this lesson is that you're not the Israelites, man. The Israelites will not be receiving this much aid, all right, in their kingdom, in the kingdom of heaven, which shows that you're not the people, all right? In the kingdom of heaven, the Israelites are going to run everything. We are the Israelites, and we're going to run, the world underneath Yahushua, man. We're not going to need aid from another country. We're going to have the power. It says Israel will be joining the U.S. visa waiver program, allowing Israeli citizens to soon enter the United States without a visa and vice versa. The Biden administration has announced Israeli citizens, so after, supporting Ukraine, now they're supporting, Israel. And it's always something going on, It's always something going on with America, aiding somebody else, In these past 3 years, it's just, and I've seen a post that the same brother, I think, or why, Yashir Allah, posted something about, the different years and the different distractions within those years. In 2020, it was the C-119. In 2021, it was the arm candy, the shot, right? In 2022, now I want to say it was Ukraine. 2023, it's like, I'm gonna see if I can find that real quick. I'm gonna get back to that. The brother did put a post on that, because it's all distractions that Esau's throwing out there. Well, I can find it. If not, it's Tawab. But I know somebody had posted it. I thought it was this brother. But pretty much Esau, Edom is just throwing distractions after distractions, man. It's always something different. But that's to keep you people blinded to what's really going on, man. Let me see if I can find it. I'm gonna continue on the article though, just to keep the lesson going, Lord willing. But this says, I'm going to get a quick scripture. This is Jeremiah 15 and verse 5. It says, "For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Or who shall bemoan thee, or who shall go aside to ask how thou doest?" So the Lord is saying, who's going to care about you? Because according to the scriptures, the Israelites will be the most hated nation on the planet. The heathen don't want nothing to do with Jake as far as, being a nation, man. But for entertainment, for servitude, the heathen, that's what they want for us to be. But as far as, being on their level, being, sovereign, they don't want that to happen. So dealing with, the so-called JEOOs, receiving all this aid from, America and these other nations, and also receiving, pity parties, condolences, from around the world. Oh, my heart goes out to, Israel. My heart goes out to that. Man, look, the scriptures just said, "Who shall have pity upon thee?" Who would be sending their condolences to the real Israelites? You know what I'm saying? No one, man. Because according to the scriptures, the real Israelites would not be loved by anybody. Hell, the scriptures talk about in Psalms, the 83rd chapter, how the nations come together, all right, to make Israel a name no more. Because I want to get that part. The nations come together to cut Jake off from being a nation. But in today's time, what's going on right now is they're trying to stop, quote unquote, Israel from being destroyed. Verse 4, it says, "They have said, Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance." You see, and what's going on today is the opposite of this. They're protecting the JEOOs. Ain't no scriptures talk about how other nations will be protecting the JEOOs. So continuing on, and like I said, what all of this shows is that the Lord is pretty much showing that these are not his people. All this damn aid that they're receiving shows that you're not his people, man. This says that the VWP is managed by the Department of Homeland Security, Slovakia, and includes 40 countries. Israel's admissions, which was expected before a September 30 deadline, had a hinge on its treatment of Palestinian Americans. Though officials say those issues have been settled, earlier this month, a group of 15 domestic Slovakia Democratic senators urged Secretary of State Anthony Blinken to not nominate Israel to the program based on how Palestinian Americans are still being treated when they travel to Israel. And real quick to say that, in this lesson, I am not choosing either side. I'm just bringing out the article and showing you through facts of the scriptures, that these are not the people of the Lord. Now, we are happy because this is prophecy, this is Bible prophecy happening. But as far as choosing sides, like the people of the world is doing, this is not what I'm doing here. I'm just bringing out the facts of the scriptures and showing you and proving to you what I'm saying, about, these people that calls themselves, us, the JEOs, and to further prove that they're not the Israelites, right? Let's go to Isaiah, the 2nd chapter, because, the Israelites go home, ain't gonna be no damn war in the Holy Land, and it takes you to understand the scriptures to see that, that what's going on right now is biblical, right? As far as the war side going on, and it's biblical also that they'd be in the land, so these people, they fit the description, of not being the Israelites, because Ezekiel, the 36th chapter, also talks about how they will take over the land, Isaiah 2 and verse 2, it says, "And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it." All nations are not flowing unto, the land of Israel to learn righteousness. These nations, like the world is looking at, them Israelis right now, all right, with hate, all right, because they know the history and the violence of these people, man. of them Amalekites, man. Verse 3, and Esau always get to play the victim card whenever all eyes is on him and he's being ridiculed. But this devil, he goes around the world, destroying these other nations, and America backs him up. Amalek and Babylon backs him up. So when the scope is on him, now it's time to play the victim card. See how about Shemi Awashai is coming back, to take the hypocrite out of the way. The scriptures talk about the joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment. Verse 3, and it says, and many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways. This is not happening right now. The world is not learning the ways of Yahweh Shemi Awashai. They're not being taught the law, statutes, and commandments. All right, they're being taught wickedness. They're being taught how to be, how to further be degenerates, man. In the land of Israel, they got sodomite parades. They got they got the quote unquote Talmud. Circumcising babies with their mouths. And these are not the ways of the Lord, man. This is the opposite of what the Lord told us to do. It says, and we will walk in his paths, for out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. And the word of the Lord is not going out from Jerusalem right now. Wickedness is going out because the people inhabiting the land is the wicked, are the Edomites, in particular Amalek. Verse 4, and he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. So this is the complete opposite of what's going on right now. The scriptures talk about nation should not lift up sword against nation. Right now, there's a looming war going on, in Israel. There's a coming war, on its way. Russia, Iran, China against, NATO, Israel, the U.S. It's going to be a World War III. So, this is obviously not talking about them people in the land right now, because they should be teaching the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shemi Awashai. They should be teaching the ways of righteousness right now, because Yahweh would by their logic, Yahweh would have been here already, and he would have put the dominion down, but once again, they're not the people. Now, of course, there are so-called Israelis, among them that are Israelites that are among them. And they look like them, of course. Israel is scattered among the nations, Thought I'd clarify that, but for the most part, these are Amalekites. And the Israelites that are among them, Yahweh Shemi Awashai is going to have them hear the word, and they're going to repent, The scriptures talk about how, the Lord's going to gather his elect from the four corners of the earth, the nations that they were scattered to. Okay, let's go to Ezekiel, the 36th chapter. And it says, so the Lord is pretty much revealing, that these people are phonies. And the scriptures talk about how the land of Israel would be trodden by the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled, man. That's in the book of Luke. So this is all prophecy being fulfilled. Once again, those that have eyes to see and ears to hear, you got to be able to comprehend the scriptures to see that what's going on right now, it's Bible based. This is Ezekiel 36 and verse 5. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea. Idumea is the Greek word for Edom, or it's the Greek way to say Edom. The Edomites are the so-called white people. They go under different names today, but their original name, their identity, are the Edomites. All right. It says, which have appointed my land into their possession. And how they do that? By the quote unquote Balfour Declaration. That dude signed in 1948 that declared the land of Israel a state. With the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. Prophesy therefore concerning the land of Israel, and say unto the mountains, and to the hills, to the rivers, and to the valleys, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I have spoken in my jealousy and in my fury, because ye have borne the shame of the heathen. You know, and we have, man. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I have lifted up mine hand, surely the heathen that are about you, they shall bear their shame. You know, we have bore the shame because what's going on right now? You know, we're a proverb and a byword in the earth. You know, wherever Jake is scattered into, you know, they're looked down upon, you know. And it's not a skin color thing. It's if you're an Israelite, man. And if you're an Israelite, there is no escaping these curses because the scriptures talk about, let's get that real quick. The scriptures talk about these curses being upon us and our seed for a sign and for a wonder, you know. But you know, of course, you do got some Israelites, you know, Israelite foreigners that do kind of get away concerning, the quote unquote racism, but the other part of the curses are upon them. You know, this is Deuteronomy 28 and verse 45. It says, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. So these curses are upon every Israelite, man. You know, now, of course, maybe it may not be the same curses, but the curses that are written in Deuteronomy are upon the Israelites, and these would be only to let you know that you are the Israelites. And despite what your skin color is, you know, whether you're so-called white person, Japanese, Chinese, these curses will be upon you, or as an indicator, because there's no escaping. The only way out of these curses is for our Savior to come back, Yahweh Shai, you know. But, you know, that's pretty much the point. Now, I just want to go into this lesson through the spirit part of Yahweh Shem Shai concerning, how these are not the people of the Lord. Of course, we already know this, but for the people in the world, you know, that may have come across videos like this one, you know, the scriptures, you got to read the scriptures and understand that, you know, these people in the land of Israel right now are not the real people. And, you know, the prophecy proves that, you know, they're not. You know, prophecy shows that they're not. You know, it wouldn't be no fighting in the land of Israel. It wouldn't be no war come in the land of Israel if the real Israelites were in that war. Why? Because the real Israelites would have the power, all right, to put all that shit down, man. All right, underneath Yahweh Shai. Once again, Yahweh Shai is coming back to put down all these nations, you know. So after Yahweh Shai do put down these nations, it won't be one nation talking about we're going to overtake Yasha'Allah, all right? We're going to plot against Yasha'Allah, you know, and take them down so that we can rule again. Nah, that won't be happening no more, you know. And they're going to be put down. But Lord willing, this was edifying to those that watched. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rakakodash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.